All right, we are at Monza, and this is one we got to do good. Unfortunately, Carlos is going to be on the back foot
Carlos, can
once
you hear me?
again because he
All good.
just completely destroyed
You
his
want to
car
clear?
last race, and I don't have the money to build a bunch of parts at the moment. So he is essentially back to the start of the season
Focus on
configuration.
tire temps.
So far through practice, that has looked like it is not good. Well, apparently we got a grid penalty, 3-place grid penalty, so... Alright, here we
Here
go.
we are at the oldest circuit in Europe for this, the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Once again, forgot to set this up, so we'll do that quickly. And we will go aggressive and push and deploy here. We're back to P3 already as the Red Bulls are battling for the lead. Carlos has held on to 6th at the moment. He is back here behind Albon and Williams. And we just need him to pull out. Looking at the tires, we got Max on mediums. Perez is going to clear him and go. We're going to have to do the same. And then kind of a good split between the rest of the field. So we'll see if Charles can get up there and try to push past the medium tires. But it looks like Max is fighting back as well. Not really anywhere for us to go at the moment. So I think I'm just going to save our push for later. Same thing back here. Carlos maybe getting around Albon.
No? Copy.
But we're going to just try and save a little bit while we're in this opening lap, especially with the draft and everything that happens here. Perez, though, has cleared Max. We'll wait for DRS to be activated before we start to really make our push. Looks like Carlos is getting a little bit of a challenge from behind, but they're both on mediums, so we should be able to hold him off. I think even with our old equipment or aero parts, we should be able to be fine on straightaway speed. Red Bull's though pulling away, and Perez with his softs is actually kind of helping Max pull away, so that is helping Max on the mediums. And Albon not really going away, and now we've got a challenge here from Russell, and we need Carlos to push it.
Head down.
Yeah. Can't lose this spot, and we lose this spot, and we lose another spot. Okay, well, I guess we can lose that spot. One of them was on softs, the other on medium, but
Keep pushing.
that's okay. All right, lap 5. Charles just put in fast lap, and we are closing in on them, so we're going to go back to balanced. We pulled away from Alonso. Carlos has gotten back around the Mercedes, but Stroll has got around all of us, it looks like. I didn't see how that happened. We have got a yellow. Let's take a look and see who's wrecked here.
The first turn, the
and this is
chicane.
back behind us with the Mercedes into turn 1. Little contact.
Inevitable.
Everyone keeps on going, it looks like. As we've seen out of the Red Bulls all season long, their tires just start to die at the end of runs. And, yeah, we are positioned very well right now. So, they've got DRS. We're going to try to push away and hopefully open up a gap. But going to be difficult with the DRS. But you never know. Might be able to pull it off. So Max has got around us right before we pit. If you saw right before I jumped ahead to this, Perez had an issue on his pit stop, so that should help us out even more. Medium's on 2.5. Good to go there. We'll bring the tires up to temp and then try to nurse these all the way to the end. Max is headed into the pits now from his mediums. We've got our tires up to temp. Carlos is going to be able to go a little bit longer than Max, just because we've been going so easy on it right now. Just working on getting everyone topped up, not pushing the fuel too far. Carlos takes over the lead. Alonso in second, who has yet to pit. Hamilton behind us has yet to pit. So we've got a pit stop in hand over Hamilton. That's good. And Charles has been able to catch Max. Max is on the hards, so we should be able to clear and pull away.
We are first.
So you are doing a good job. Continue like this. So at the moment you have P2.
All right, so we got in a situation here where Carlos got caught by Charles. We're going to use Carlos as a little roadblock here. Hopefully use him to slow up everyone else that we're racing. And that's Max, essentially, because Alonso's yet to pit. So we're going to keep him out one more lap. He is on defend massively. And I hope this will get us a bit more of a gap and allow us to harvest. So Carlos sacrificing his race just a little bit. How much longer can we do this? Looks like he's going to get a nose on us. Does get a nose on us. Does clear us with DRS. We're going to go ahead and pit now. All right, 10 to go. We're trying to get Carlos to push so that he can make up some ground after a pit stop mistake and a driver error. Charles, though, back out to 5.5 as the Red Bulls kind of bounce back and forth with each other. Have not pushed it, have not changed these settings at all. Final lap, Max is not closed in. Fastest lap is George down in 19th, so we don't need to worry about that. We don't need to push. I've, again, not changed these settings at all. We have just been solid. Carlos looks like he was on for a 7th place finish if he didn't have those issues. Maybe he could have been up in the battle for 5th, but doubtful. And yeah, 3 in a row now for Charles.
Amazing.
Yeah, you've done a fantastic race.
So Charles with 25. Taking a look at the driver standings. He's getting close, actually. If we keep this going, I mean, closer than you would expect it to be, and pulled away from Sergio, obviously. Carlos gets closed in on by Alonso. Stroll has a good race, but luckily has too many bad races to really make him a threat. Mercedes only getting 1 point there, and Ocon getting 10. Also, I didn't talk about it at the end, but Albon getting a top 5 or 6th place finish, so very good for him. Constructor-wise, 33 for Red Bull. This we're not going to close in. Ferrari, we are 9 points our gain over Aston Martin. So that is, yeah, even though we only had one car really performing, we still gain with that win. We've got 5 wins on the season. Red Bull's got 8. And Aston's got 2. So only 3 winners there. And Mercedes only with 1 podium. They've got to be hating life right now. But Haas in 6th, Williams in 7th now from dead last. And the battle for last, McLaren just has not made that improvement like they have in real life. So, all right, round 16, Singapore. And looking like it's gonna be a boring race because heavy rain, if it starts off heavy rain, it's heavy rain all the way through. Not gonna be a whole lot of strategy.
Here we go. It's time to go racing.
All right. Rain should be coming in about halfway, a heavy shower, and then it will dry towards the end. So, It's going to be an interesting one, and we are going mediums to start off to get us to the rain. Verstappen with a bad start on the softs. He should have been able to shoot away, but doesn't. And always a very tight section here right at the start. Let's just hope we can keep the Mercedes behind us and try to keep these tires on. Too many, without too many issues, but rain should be coming in around lap 20 is what they're predicting. And then it's going to dry out right at the tail end of this race, so going to be a very interesting one. Hamilton's got around signs, both on mediums, so we're going to have to solve that issue. But yeah, we're just going to take it nice and easy here. We'll make a push a little bit later. I don't want to take too much out of the tires right now. Hamilton, though, charging right now, not my concern. Again, we just need to make it to the rain so that we don't have to do a stop beforehand. All right, lap 17, 40% chance of rain in a minute. And as you can see, the Red Bulls have pulled away. Carlos still hanging back here with the Alpines and just trying to separate himself, but hasn't been able to, not with the task we've given him and with the car. So, yeah, we look to be getting to lap 20 for the rain. We'll see if it gets shoved back. Right now, still right around there. For sure going to be some rain and heavy rain here. I am not sure how much rain that's going to be, but yeah, we are looking at heavy rain in 9 minutes right now. So 70% accuracy on our forecast. We're going to have to go to wet weather tires, I think. So you don't want to get trapped into using intermediates and then having to go to wets and then back to intermediates.
We are happy also for you
So,
to improve the pace there.
Yeah, this one's going to be interesting and going to be up to me to make the right calls. What to do with this rain? We've got 1 minute until we're not going to hit the heavy shower yet. And this can go up to about 1 millimeter before we really need to put on the intermediates. I think it's going to be right around there. And we got a lot of people in the pits right now. What are they going to? I assume they're going to intermediates. But when it goes wet, they're going to be in trouble and have to pit again. So we'll see what happens when they come out. But yeah, these moments, very key. So it is getting wet. In 4 minutes, heavy rain coming, 80% chance of it. Those guys have went to intermediates. We're going to go ahead and go around one more time. Charles is going around. We're going to pit him for wets, full wets, on this next lap. Max is in, Hamilton's in, everyone will be coming in that hasn't pit. Perez is probably going to take over the race lead fairly easy. Full wets. We don't want to push them too hard right now.
Will be tight.
Pit lane. Watch out for slippery pit lane.
And it actually looks like Perez lost out on that by pitting for wets that early. All right, we've reached full wet conditions. We are closing in on Max. The intermediate runners are going to have to pit for wets now, or they're going to start losing a lot of time. So that was just a risky call for them. Or they can try to nurse it through this heavy rain and make it to when it gets lighter. But I think that's going to be too risky for them. They're going to lose too much time in the wet. All right, we're into the drying phase right now of this middle section. So I have lowered the pace to keep these temps down. We're going to lower it more
Be careful
just
with the
because the
tires.
temps are going to shoot
Yeah,
back up. And then let's see what the forecast is showing. This is going to be actually a fairly long period, 10 laps or so on this. What were we on the first run? Was only about 5 laps. Oh man, it's going to be a difficult one. There might be people jumping into the intermediates, but I think the tires are going to be, I don't think you're going to benefit enough from it. So, yeah, this is a hard call. I think we just stay out, hope we're not the caution. If we do have a safety car, we jump in for intermediates. Yeah, I don't know which way to go on this. Meanwhile, up front, we're just going to do our best to manage the temps and not get ourselves in trouble. Perez coming in, though, for the intermediates. He's been pushing hard early on with the wets, so he was going to need to come in anyways. But yeah, at the moment, just look at the weather again just to make sure it's light rain for the next 10 minutes at least.
Yeah, completely.
All right, Carlos pushing on the intermediates. Max has also pit for intermediates. We could just be giving ourselves, yeah, we're losing. No, we're not losing too much time. We're only 3 seconds slower right now. I saw Max's and thought that was ours. I think we're okay right now. I'm going to keep an eye on the lap times, but at the moment, I feel like we're okay. Once it starts getting under 1 millimeter, if it does, then we're in trouble. But moderate and heavy rain coming within the next 12 minutes. So we can keep Charles out there and not lose too much time. It'll save us a pit stop. And yeah, it looks like Alonso and Stroll currently on the same strategy as us with that. All right, Max has overtaken us. We knew that was going to happen. Clearly, the better strategy was go under the intermediates for this. All right, so the rain is picking up again. We have lost a bit of time. And I think what our goal is going to be now is
Continue like this.
hold on to it again. Just keep getting through this. We've got to go about 5-6 laps on these older wets, and then we'll switch to intermediates, and then maybe softs right at the end. This is a hard race to call, and well, we've hurt ourselves pretty bad. It might be a 5th and 6th. Here we go. They're in the 51s and 53s. We're in the 48s. Good news for us. It's swinging back our way, but have we lost too much time? Probably. We're only 2.5 seconds behind, though, so we're going to do what we can here. And then once the rain's looking to let up, we'll come in for intermediates. Sainz is just trying to make it to that point to start pushing again. Charles might end up behind him, but we'll have fresher intermediates. So, yeah. Wrong call. We should have pit, but now we know. All right, in 4 minutes, we're going to get to light rain. Still, track is getting wetter. We're pushing it. We're on 38%. This tire graph of how we've used them is very interesting. We're only 4.5 seconds now behind Perez, so that's good. Everyone else is struggling to just go forward on these intermediates. 54s, 55s, 56 for Sainz. We're at 47s on Charles. So we lost out, but we're gaining. And just trying to make it through this period. 4 minutes, and we'll be coming in, throwing on intermediates. All right, we're bringing Charles in right now. He is in
we coming
second,
next
9 seconds ahead of Perez now.
Thank you, Max.
We're going to throw intermediates on because the track is going to dry fairly quick, and if we had to do another lap, I think we'd be in trouble. So now's the time for Carlos to start making up ground. Everyone's going to be on older intermediates, and I hope this will give us a nice little jump. All right, the rain has stopped. Now the track is going to be drying. We're at 1.99 and dropping, and it will not rain again for the rest of the race. So, it's a question of how soon do you come in for the softs. Right now, we're not going to be able to do that with Charles as he is closing in on the pits, and it's still going to be too wet right now. We'll keep our eye on it. Signs might be in a good position, but little too early for Charles right now. Gain on the Red Bulls here. Lead stop, 2.4.
Track will be clear.
Just close to that 1.0 we need it to be at. We're going to struggle for a tiny bit, but 3/4 of this lap we should be good.
Okay.
Carlos on pit road now. Let's hope we get another good pit stop. He is out.
What's the white line?
All right, so currently we're 5th and 11th. Good enough with this undercut and didn't lose too much on that initial few corners. All right, so we've gotten back ahead of the Mercedes. That's good. Let's see where Carlos is going to come around. Everyone's in the pits. Carlos comes back out in the exact same spot in 6th place, but should have a bit of a gap now to everyone behind. We're still 11 seconds behind Perez. It's full push time now. Not worth saving anything. And hopefully pick up fastest lap, but Red Bulls just had the perfect timing there. And that strategy of staying out on wets, I think, hurt us more than anything. I'm going to keep pushing with signs just to try to steal a point away from the Red Bulls, but Max has got this one won. We'll go to the end of it now. Max is won. Charles is in 3rd. Carlos is lapping that McLaren, so nothing to worry about there. Very interesting race, a whole bunch of stuff happening, and probably took a long time to go through it, but it was a lot more interesting than I had thought it was going to be. So a lot to look at. We're going to take a 3rd and a 6th. Not great, but with our situation with Carlos's car, I'm okay with that.
Good job. Thank you.
So Max gets the win. Lance Stroll gets the fastest lap. We are going to lose out on Max, but I think that was just never going to happen anyways. Now our goal is just to get 2nd and 4th if possible. And Constructor Championship, we gain on everyone still behind us, even though Mercedes had a good day. We still got one more point than them. Red Bull's checking out, and successful weekend, I say. So, hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks for watching.